All right, so it is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. 2020, I am currently in downtown Oroville at the shop I'm painting at and an art studio at the moment. And I wanted to kind of go over some old drawings that I have of scarcity stuff, tales of scarcity stuff, since I have it out, because I put it all in storage. These are basically old drawings, and the reason that I want to show them is just to show young artists like what it means to be dedicated artist and to put time and effort into your work. And, just to change. I remember first trying to draw and drawing out of your imagination, other than drawing scribbles in your notebooks for school, taking it to the next level and actually looking at like comic books and stuff and like trying to draw from other artists, and then using those things you've learned to draw out of your own mind, create your own drawings. Trying to be as good as a professional artist. And so it's kind of funny because as I went through school, I always had like our friends, everyone in the school, always, like my class, would always look at my drawings. I'd have bring them to school in a folder, and then one of my friends would be like, "Hey, show them your drawings," and then I'd pull out the folder, and then all the kids would gather and be like, "Whoa, that's cool!" Whoa. And that's these drawings, not these ones specifically, but this is the era, and they're not like that great. I look now when I look at them as I'm older, and I just wonder, like, man, I wonder if like the drawings that I'm doing now are gonna be like that, like, oh my God, and but I've done paintings and stuff for 10 years ago, and some of the work that I look at from my younger self is still pretty good. Some of it's like, oh, that's pretty good. So I think I progressed past hating, being an amateur at least. But for the young artists, and the ones, especially the ones that always ask, teaching like after school art programs and just being an artist, doing like murals or doing my own comics. Young artists are always asking like, oh, how'd you get that good? And I always want to show them my old art. It's like, because when I see their work, I'm like, oh, you know what? I was right where you guys are at. And the only reason that I progressed is because I put the time and effort into the work. And especially a lot of people always are like, oh, you're so talented, you're so lucky to be gifted, or oh, I wish I had that talent. And at the beginning it was kind of like, oh, that's cool, yes, I'm special, yes, I was just gifted. But as time goes on and you see a lot of artists falling off and a lot of creative people, not being creative in their adult life, and it becomes a fight. It becomes like a battle to make ends meet through your work, through your art, and to see other artists, that you knew or whatever, not be creating, something that was instilled in me when I was young. I saw an older guy that was looking at me draw like from a comic book. And he thought I traced it, and I was like, at the beginning of my art, drawing stuff, and it was like 9 maybe, 8, 9, and then and I was kind of offended, but when he said he used to draw, I was like, used to draw? Like, how can you used to draw? In the way that, riding a bike or whatever, or just breathing or being, an athlete. It's like, you used to be an athlete, like, you can still walk and run. I don't know. I've just the idea that it could end, or some people used to be good at something and then they don't do it no more for whatever reason, really made me feel that it's a arena that some people get defeated in. And I was like, dude, I'm never gonna be, if I choose this as my life path, like, I don't see why you would not. I don't know. It was like a challenge. I don't know, not really a challenge, but it was just something I didn't understand at the time, and as I went through life, you do see that, a lot of people that maybe used to play music and they don't play music no more, and you see the longing in them. You see when they try to pick up the guitar and their fingers don't work anymore, and it's just kind of heartbreaking, but at the same time, at least they had that time that because music is definitely freedom. There's like a walking on air almost. So music is a beautiful, one of the beautiful art forms that's very tangible to the soul, that is very people can understand. When you hear something, it just moves your soul automatically. And with art, I think with drawing pictures, you have to really engage in it and partake in viewing and absorbing it. Music, just as soon as you hear it, it's going to affect you. Anyway, so what I wanted to do was go through some of my old drawings of Tales of Scarcity, and kind of just talk about the art life of creating these characters, first of all, because I'm not sure how far I'm going to take them, but I think they're cool characters. And actually, I'll show you this painting of a lot of them that I'm working on at the moment. It's from a long time ago, Butte College, around 2002 maybe. It was the last painting class that I had taken from Eddie Martinez Hood, which was my main painting teacher and art teacher. He was like the first art teacher that I really had at Butte, and he really encouraged art, for a lot of the artists that came out during that time. So anyway, I'm gonna have to, since the cameras can't turn it around right now, I'm gonna have to, here, maybe I could, but if not, I'll start another video and go through these drawings.